Hello and welcome to day 26 of 100 Days of Tonalism. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy. The study that I've done today is by Camille Corot, and the only title I seem to have is Landscape. If anyone wants to contact me with the actual title, that'd be great. And maybe, who knows, I'll get lucky and find it. Again, I'm doing quite a few Camille Corots in this series, even though he wasn't technically a tonalist. He was what is referred to as a Barbizon school painter. I'm going to read a little quote that I found about the Barbizon influence and how it would relate to tonalism. I found on Wikipedia. It's under California Tonalism, the Barbizon influence. In the years after the American Civil War, hundreds of American artists went to Europe to study. During this era, the 1870s and 1880s, the French Barbizon school was at the height of its popularity in France, and French Impressionism was just beginning to emerge. In the annual salons, the American painters were exposed to the soft, simple, muted Barbizon landscapes of forests and ponds, painted by artists like Jean-Baptiste Camille Corot, who lived from 1796 to 1875, Rousseau and Diaz de la Pena. They also saw the roughly painted peasant scenes by Jean-Francis Millet, who lived in a tiny village of Barbizon south of Paris. Some of the Americans became enthusiastic acolytes of the French movement and actually moved to the village of Barbizon. The Bostonian William Morris Hunt, who lived from 1824 to 1879, studied under Millet for several years after the conclusion of his Parisian studies. Hunt was responsible for popularizing the works of the French painters with American patrons of the Gilded Age. And by the 1880s, their works were highly sought after and extremely valuable. From New York and Boston to San Francisco, Hunt's student John Lafarge also carried the Barbizon torch and developed his own expressive versions of the French works. Other painters who were similarly influenced were Alexander Wyatt, Henry Ward Ranger, Dwight Tyrone, Charles Warren Eaton, and of course the established landscape painter George Inness, who began his career with the Hudson River School, but later on began to simplify his works and adopt what is now known as the tonalist style. But then it could be referred to as quietism. As American artists who have traveled or studied abroad brought the Barbizon style back with them, even homegrown talents were influenced. By the 1890s, dozens of Eastern American painters in the American Barbizon school were painting muted, intimate landscapes with a narrow range of colors, and some of them were even exhibiting works of French peasants. So there you go. That's a really good little article about the Barbizon influence on American art, which essentially created tonalism. And I really see Camille Corot as like the foremost influence on tonalism, and that's why I've done so many of his works. And basically, it's edge handling more so than his colors that defines him as a tonalist to me. And also his use of strong darks. This is one place he broke with the Impressionisms that often, except for with the exception of Manet, weren't into black or weren't into dark colors at all. They were into strong daylight effects. But Corot's paintings have a lovely silvery quality and a very luminescent, soft tone that was a huge influence, I think, on George Inness and a lot of other painters of American tonalism. You can see we're getting to the end of the video, so thanks for joining me for day 26, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 27. Meanwhile, stay out of trouble and take good care.